Welcome to the show. I am Adam Marino. Joining me is my co-host, hailing from the bodies of Ken Westra and Mama Juge, Caleb Westra. Happy Monday. What's going on, Caleb?
Nothing much, man. Just another Monday. Excited to be here and kick this thing off. I know we kind of mess around in the studio. Thank you guys for all who have blindly followed and liked so far.
And they don't even know what's going on.
They don't even know. They're like, oh, we love these guys.
Yeah, we made like a Facebook page and YouTube channel and kind of we're dinking around. But this is episode 1 of season 1 of A Case for the Mondays. So let's start. Let's get right into it. Our opening case is going to be on who?
The GOAT, Tom Brady. He's back.
Man, so much talk about, is he going to come back? Is he going to come back with the 49ers? That's kind of my team, so I follow all those pages on the Niners, and there's always talk every day about, do we leave that door open, and how does that look? And he was upset that they kept Jimmy. You're sticking with that MFer, and all that. And then all of a sudden, some people said, oh, he took over Selection Sunday.
Which he did, he didn't, which I loved about it. So me being a Michigan fan, I'll just put that out there. We're going to be definitely non-biased on this show. But as a Michigan fan, I was so nervous about Michigan getting in.
I'm biased. They suck.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, anyway. But when I was waiting for them to get in, and then all of a sudden my buddy comes up to me, he's like, Tom Brady's back. He's like, he tweeted himself. And then I called you, and you were like, where's Scheffner? I said, it's Tom freaking Brady out of the mouth of babes.
I honestly didn't believe it. And then I went on to Adam Schefter's page, and as a 2 minutes had gone by, and he
finally tweeted
officially say it too. Yeah. And I was just like,
Schefter's got to be careful with Brady though. You know that. That's what after he announced his retirement, and then Brady got mad at him, and then now I think Brady's just toying with Scheffner right now.
Did you see the video of Ronaldo?
No.
He was on the pitch, I guess as they call it. Not a soccer guy, but the field is called the pitch. And he was after practice, or I don't know if Ronaldo even needs practice, but he was on the field and he was talking to Brady, and he was like, "So are you done? For real?" And he gave a smirk and then didn't answer.
Yeah.
And then within 24 hours comes out that he is back.
Well, did you hear about the LeBron story?
No.
With Brady. So I guess LeBron called Brady the other day. It's like, dude, you need to come back. He's like, we're the best right now at what we do. He's like, now the only people we compete against is each other.
And that's what he said too. That time will come, but it's not yet. My time is still on the field.
That too shall pass.
Yeah.
And so shall Tom Brady into the end zone to Gronk for at least another season.
So the odds already, we're laughing on the odds for Super Bowl champion, and what's funny is the Washington Commanders. I have to physically stop myself and think about what the name is.
Am I talking about soccer? Am I talking about XFL? No, we're talking about the NFL.
I just got used to not saying Redskins and was just saying the football team,
yes,
and that was fine. But so anyway, their odds actually went down to win the Super Bowl
after Cousins, or no. Not Kirk Cousins. Sorry. I'm thinking way back in the day because you said Redskins, so my mind goes to Kirk Cousins.
RG3 and Kirk Cousins.
Yes.
No, but he used to be the
Carson
quarterback
Wentz
of the Colts, and now he is with the Commanders, and their odds went down to win the Super Bowl. Their odds went down.
Let's talk about that matchup. Carson Wentz in FedEx Field. I mean, you have Joe Theismann go down, you have Alex Smith go down, and one of the most injury-prone quarterbacks and clumsiest quarterbacks in the history of football, Carson Wentz.
And last year, the stadium fell apart and landed on people.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
As they were leaving.
Yes.
So, what's funny is all these different signings, and now the odds for the Bucks. I mean, I haven't looked, but they have to be more through the roof now, because I don't even know who.
I think the first thing that went to my mind was the guy that bought Brady's last touchdown ball for $580,000. Now the ball's not worth pretty much anything. I mean, it's worth something, but
he got punked.
Brady should buy the football back from him.
Jalen Ramsey tweeted, "Man, thanks, man. Get that last touchdown on somebody
else." Yes, because Jalen was the last touchdown. But now we can't say Matthew Stafford ended his career. I think that was one thing everybody's like, oh, Matthew Stafford leaves the Lions, wins the Super Bowl, and ends Brady's career in the playoffs.
Right. So another thing is with all these signings and people going all around, the New Orleans Saints or possibly the Carolina Panthers seem to be the next spot for Deshaun Watson. Supposedly he's meeting with those two teams. There are other teams that are interested as well, as far as I know. But let's maybe talk about
Saints or Carolina. Like,
I mean,
what would
Saints.
you think he fits in? You think he fits in better, or is that where you want to see him?
No, I think he fits in better, and McCaffrey's not staying.
I think he needs to go to the Saints. I mean, can you imagine Kamara in that backfield?
I know.
And now you can run like almost a triple option if you had to, like an RPO. You have Taysom Hill, which you could throw in the mix. I'm just saying, Sean Payton is a scheme coach.
Yeah.
And you know he's gonna be able to do all those things.
Well, we'll see what happens in the next, probably in the next time that we have our show. It could already be decided.
Oh, yeah,
there's
definitely.
things that are just already, happening every day. That's about it for our opening case. Next is our case maker. And so what case maker is basically, since the last time we've talked, and I know this is episode 1, but so in a week's time, who has kind of shown that they are stating their biggest case to be player of the week. And we definitely wanted to give a shout out to Coach Greg Popovich. He fired Bob Hill as he was the GM back in the day, and then all he did was win 5 championships.
Yeah,
and now
with
is
some crazy players.
He is the all-time winningest coach in NBA history. So he actually did not make our case maker. Our case maker is going to be who you mentioned, who gave Tom Brady a call.
LeBron James.
Yep. The kid from Akron had 2 50-point games. I mean, at his age to be doing that, they're still trash, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, what was his stats last night? I'm going to pull that up real quick.
Yeah.
They lost, but I thought he still had a good game.
Yeah, he is doing everything. He's also the first player ever, and he's the only player, I mean, whatever you want to say, 30,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, 10,000 assists, which doesn't quite even make sense. Like, how do you even...
LeBron had 31 last night.
Is that all?
31 with 6 assists, and he hit 5 3-pointers.
Bum.
He played 30 minutes. So, I mean...
31 points in 30
31
minutes.
is still like a come down from his 50-plus games, and then still have 31
How much
and 7.
In those 30...
31, 6, and 7. So 6 assists, 7 rebounds.
Yeah, and in 31 minutes, how much did his hair recede?
Like
probably another half inch.
Half inch.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say at least. I mean, he's still producing at a very... I mean, that's MVP type numbers, and... There's no way he comes in the top. What would you say? He's probably not even the top 5 for MVP this year.
Yeah, so this is the thing that's hard because, like, you see it in football. So talking about Tom Brady, like, you see because they're getting older, like, they're trying to switch to this, like, new, but, like, they still got it.
Yeah.
And, like, you can never bet against them. As
Right.
much as, like, I want to bet against LeBron James, I still can't. Like, it's the same thing for Brady. Like, I don't think anybody was like, I'm going to bet against Brady today. Like, said no one ever, other than them being just flat out idiotic.
Yeah. Basically, we talk about that, and we'll get into it with March Madness, that you don't bet against what Coach K,
Izzo.
They have one, yep, Michigan State. There's those guys that you just don't, no matter who their matchup is, you tend to kind of like their chances.
Yeah.
So, yeah, basically, LeBron James definitely earned, and I don't think we're necessarily LeBron guys. I definitely don't hate on him, but I'm more of a Jordan guy. But, I mean, come on, you have to give the guy credit when he's doing this and has had no issues, like never cheated or gives back to the community, blah, blah, all the stuff that you want to hear. It's positive.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, he's a stand-up guy. So as much, I'm going to just clarify this now because going forward, I'll probably hate on LeBron about a lot just because it's LeBron. And growing up a Piss fan, when he beat us as a rookie, all that stuff goes into it. We'll get into that more later. But I want to state this now. I think he's a great player. I think he's a great guy, and I think he's contributed a lot to not only the NBA, to the state of Ohio, which, of course, the state of Ohio needs a lot of help. And I don't think Mohammed Gandhi.
You're not a Michigan fan.
No. But I don't think Mohammed Gandhi or Mother Teresa could even help Ohio. So for LeBron to come in and do what he does is fantastic.
Cleveland, this is for you. So, and speaking of Akron, they have to play UCLA, which is my squad.
Go Zips. I mean, go Bruins.
So, yeah. So that brings us, that actually is a good segue into our next topic is case locks. And that's going to go basically where we kind of discuss for betting, and we kind of discuss what our bets have been, where we went right, where we went wrong, right? And there's nothing to review for last week because this is week one.
This is week one.
But basically we can give our picks, on what we're thinking for March Madness is definitely going to be the thing to talk about. So maybe I'm going to pull up first of all, let me ask you this. Are there any 1 or 2 seeds that you see have a chance, a real chance to lose?
Let me pull up the bracket. There was one that I saw, and I think it was a 2 seed. That 2-15 game is very dangerous. I think like 80% of the time, at least one 15 seed somehow wins. It's very rare, other than we had UMBC beat Virginia. And that was the 116 matchup for the first time ever that happened. And I think that was 3 years ago.
Right.
But yeah, let me look real quick.
So, and as we know, the 1 seeds, the overall number 1 seed is of course Gonzaga. I don't see them having any problems getting to the Sweet 16.
No.
They're in the West. Then in the East is Baylor. And, man, they just keep bringing it. It's crazy that all of a sudden Baylor the last few years is even a thing.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Arizona, my nemesis and the other number 1 seed. And then Kansas, they kind of fell off, and now apparently they're back because they're a 1 seed. So I don't know how else.
So the thing with Kansas, I mean – Self has them rolling. I think he's kind of adapted over time to what he needs to. I think Kansas has a good opportunity to go far. But, I mean, if you look at this year was crazy because if you look at just the bracket in general, so they, on ESPN tried to go chalk. But how do you go chalk when you have 4 11 seeds that are all Power 5 conferences and probably could beat anybody in their conference, even the number 1 team?
Right.
I mean, you have Michigan at 11. There was...
If the guards from Michigan can play, I think you know what you're getting in Dickinson.
Yeah. I mean, Devontae Jones has to step up for them. You have Iowa State playing LSU as an 11 seed, and they might be favored in that game.
Right.
Like, that's unheard of before.
I think Iowa has a decent chance to knock off Kansas if that's where if they get there, because out of all the 1 seeds, I think that's the biggest hiccup. Looking at Gonzaga, I mean, they have Texas Tech, Michigan State plays Davidson. Davidson kind of screwed that up. They were supposed to win that.
Yeah, they lost at the end.
But
lost me money. Not a lock.
Yeah. Baylor has Carolina. My Bruins, Purdue is a 3 seed coming out of there now, in Kentucky.
I like Kentucky, but the way they played against Tennessee just was, not very impressive. But down their way, Tennessee looks really good, and I think they could be really dominant in the tournament to go. So I don't know. Kentucky, though, you can't sleep on them. I mean, obviously with Coach Cal, his boys are rolling. Shout out to the 260 native, Keon Brooks Jr. from Northside High School. watched him play a lot in high school, but now he is averaging, I think, around 12 to 15 a game. And if he does, they said they win pretty much.
Yeah.
But, I think it was an exception for the tournament when Tennessee just had every answer.
Right. I actually coached against Keon Brooks from 6th grade through 12th grade.
So you're very familiar.
So just a little bit.
You almost got to root for the guy now. You know?
Oh, for sure. I think
we got love for Keon.
Literally, I think I only beat him once.
Literally.
In 12 years of coaching.
Yep.
And that was a shot heard around the world.
Yep.
Mike Barnfield assisted by Malik Williams.
And Caleb Wesher on the camera. So we were all involved in that night, which I think that's kind of how, like,
that is
everything kind of got rolling. Like, around that time was when, That
was a big-time shot.
Yes.
So, all right, my lock is going to be just on the money line for every 1 and 2 seed to win.
I like that.
So that's going to be mine. Do you have anything?
Are you going to bet that?
Different? Yeah, that's going to be mine.
So my one lock that you can add to his parlay, and I'm serious as a hard take, and this is a non-biased opinion, the Ramblers out of Loyola, Chicago are a 1-point favorite over Ohio State. I locked them in money line. They like Ohio State's not going to be ready for them. They don't have the personnel. Valentine's the coach. I saw them play at Indiana State this year. Went down to a game. Shout out, go Trees. But yeah, they look really good. And they've been there. Sister Mary Jean, all that stuff. They went to the Final Four, lost against Michigan in 2018. But this team is legit, and I think they're going to catch Ohio State lacking.
I know you don't feel bad for Ohio State, but it's almost like
I did. My best friend is an Ohio State fan, and I was like, Zach, dude, that is the worst draw you could ever get in the tournament, and the first round too.
Now they haven't been playing well lately, so a 7 seed. I mean, maybe you don't deserve the best matchup, but you look at other teams. I think Houston.
I'll tell you this too. I think Davidson's a lock actually.
Davidson plays.
They're plus 1.5, and I think I would bet that any day of the week.
Against Michigan, against Tom Izzo.
I have, yes,
man,
because this Michigan State team is not any team that Izzo's had before, and that's not to Izzo. That's just I think the day and age,
and that's fair, but it still is a Tom Izzo.
I get that. Well, I'm saying so my locks right now are Loyola Chicago money line. And then Davidson plus 1.5. If you are really into betting and you know how to change it, please change this line to plus 4. I'm being to see take Davidson plus 4. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll post mine on our page, but I think that's what I'll do.
All right, so there are your locks for the week. We will check back and see how we do. Mm-hmm. And basically our last segment is state your case. And basically we're going to tell you.
We forgot one.
Oh, yes, so we did forget.
One fun one.
A fun one that we're going to do is called Best Case Scenario. And basically I'm going to ask Caleb what your best case scenario is for, and the example today is going to be for singing karaoke. So Caleb is a bit of a party animal, so I'm going to find out best case scenario. Someone says you got to sing some karaoke. Yeah. What are your top 5?
Well, I've been known as the songbird of my generation. It's kind of a mix between Fergie and Jesus, but I'm a solid number 1. I think I'm going to have to go for Forever in Blue Jeans by Neil Diamond. I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Old people know it. Young people know it. My voice sounds good with that. That's the thing with karaoke. You got to pick something that your voice fits.
Right.
You can know a song.
Like you can't do Fergie.
Yeah. I can't. Freaking Ferg on the I can't do that, but you got to pick something that you can do. So number 1, we'll do Forever in Blue Jeans. What's your number 1?
Number 1 is probably Toto Africa. Same kind of deal. Like, know your audience. I don't always do it if it's just young people, but usually that's not the case when you're out doing karaoke. There's usually enough older people, and everyone does know the song, and it's just fun to do.
Yeah, for sure. And then for me, my second song, So a lot of people say I look like Luke Combs. You can decide on that when I got the hat on. Maybe I'll wear the hat one day. But Ice Cold Beer Never Broke My Heart by Luke Combs. That's solid number 2. So if you catch me out at Tops or Chevy's or wherever we're out at, you come up and request a song if you're a listener.
Yeah. I would say Ice Cube, It Was a Good Day, because it usually is a good day if I get to karaoke.
Usually.
So, and I know every word without the, pretty much. All right, now round out your.
All right, so then I'll probably have to go with. Trying to think of my karaoke that I do. So at number 3, I'm gonna have to put Forever in Blue Jeans. Like, you can't go wrong with Neil Diamond, or not Forever in Blue Jeans. Sweet Caroline.
Oh yeah.
It gets the people going.
No, it doesn't.
So.
Yeah, the bombs. The bomb.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then I had a few other ones. I like me some country. So like, One Man Band by Old Dominion's pretty good. I like that one.
Yeah.
And so we'll put that one at 4, and then 5 we'll put. I'm really good at Justin Bieber, so. What song was that? Yeah. It was Love Yourself by Justin Bieber. And the first time I sang that is after I broke up with my girlfriend of 2 years. And I was at Wrigley and had a few drinks and felt like, let's go. So that was that.
I will say more the bands, because there's so many different songs I can do. Green Day, Stone Temple Pilots, and followed by Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla
Which
Ice.
Vanilla Ice is only Ice Ice Baby. It's not like I'm going to do any other. So those are my top 5. That is best case scenario. And we will end the show with stating our case. So today we want to state our case on why March Madness is the greatest time of the year in the sports world. So I would say the reason why just March Madness alone, when you watch One Shining Moment at the end.
One shining moment.
Oh, man, you're so bad at that. That right there gives half the country chills, and the other half just do not care about basketball.
Yes.
So that alone already boosts it to like 30%, already right there. So then you add in, not this year because of Rob Manfred, but normally you're going to have baseball getting going.
Which we got, I think this weekend starts.
It's coming.
But it's late.
Normally it's in February, and it's like spring training is in full gear, and we're really winding up for baseball, which means more what comes with baseball is summer.
Yes.
And that's what we're
And I think,
into.
too, so March, the beginning of that, like you said, March Madness, you have preseason baseball. Spring training start to come out for college football. You have the draft for the NFL.
Well, and always
hockey,
big stories break.
Hockey.
Great. Always.
Yes.
News stories break in the NFL before the draft.
Yes.
And all that. This year has been no different at all.
No.
From all kinds of stuff to where, like, even Amari Cooper and from the receiver from Cleveland,
the one
Landry.
Jarvis Landry.
He's gone too. Like,
wait,
even those things,
where'd Landry go?
No, he's just dropped right now.
They dropped him?
Yeah, they're looking. He's looking for an NFL team.
Well, and then was it rumored that Cleveland picked up Amari Cooper?
Right.
Yes.
Yep.
Which I thought it was funny because I saw a meme on Facebook that said Cooper Cup, and it showed Cooper Cup.
Yeah.
And then it said Cooper Cut, and it was Amari Cooper after he got released from.
Which, who would have thought from Dallas? Yeah. Who would have thought that Amari Cooper would have not as good of a career going so far than Cooper Cup? I mean, Cooper Cup had the best year in NFL history probably, which pains me to say as a Jerry Rice fan.
But
he really did.
has the baby goat now, and Matthew Stafford. So like
baby goat.
Yeah, no, baby goat.
So
it's not Mahomes yet.
Would you say March Madness time frame, around St. Patrick's Day, is that your favorite time?
I would definitely put that as my favorite time. I mean, I love college. I love all sports, but college basketball, there's something about it. I grew up going to games, stuff like that. When I was 12 years old, my dad was working at Little Caesars at the time, and his boss had taken him to the Final Four. So I was like, oh, cool, my dad gets to go to the Final Four, not thinking anything like...
Izzo, wasn't it?
No, it was George Mason,
wow,
UCLA, Florida, and then I think it was LSU.
So was that Kevin Love?
Yes, and then Jordan Farmar.
Yeah.
And
but
then,
for LSU was Big Baby.
Baby Davis. And then Florida was
Tyrus Thomas.
Yeah. Joakim Noah. And,
at Florida.
Yes, and Chris Humphreys, who has the most... long story short, I'll get to that. Long story short, my dad comes home in between the break because, they do Saturday, Sunday, Final Four. They come home Sunday, and then the game's on Monday.
Yeah.
Is that, or is it a week later?
No. It's Saturday and then Monday.
Oh, yeah, Saturday, then Monday. They play the 2 games, then Monday is the championship.
Where was it at?
Indy.
Oh, okay.
In Baker's Life, which is now Gainbridge or whatever.
Yeah.
But so he comes home. I'm my buddy Logan should be on the show. He'll be here a few times. But my buddy Logan's house, and we're just chilling. It's spring break. I'm not doing anything. Watching basketball. My dad's like, oh, yeah. He's like, I was like, what are you doing here? He's like, I just thought I'd say hi. He goes, what? He's like, are your bags packed? And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, we're going to Indy for the championship game. And his boss wanted me, Chris Mumyak.
Yes.
So shout out to Chris Mumyak if somehow you hear this. Like, that was my favorite memory of all time. And I'm probably here today on this podcast because of you, because he let my dad take me to the final game. But I did root for Florida. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was a pretty good.
I like Joakim Noah, even though he had an ugly jump shot. So
ugly everything, ugly face,
ugly hair.
I mean, jeez, not blessed.
But he's made a lot more money. So Joakim, don't hold that against us. But I'm just ugly with no money. You're ugly with money, so that's okay. Yeah, but I got an awesome beard.
I'd rather. It's okay. Beard is weird.
Beard is weird.
I'd rather be ugly with money, I guess. Money doesn't buy happiness, but I've never seen anyone frown on a jet ski.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have the jet ski.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to do it for this week. Once again, I am Adam Marino along with Caleb Westra. We will see you back next Monday, and we will have some special announcements coming in this coming month. Hopefully before April, we will have a special announcement, so stay tuned to that, and thanks for joining.
Yep. Thank you, guys. See ya.